Hey guys, we're still working here from Mel Bay's book, Modern Guitar Method Book 1. Mel Bay was an accomplished band guitarist at his time, and he invented styles of teaching chord voicings, and for himself he worked out the voices into a new style of his own, and he ended up publishing these along with his books. Although he was always a professional musician, gigging from the time he was about 13 or 14, just weeks after he got his first guitar, he was also a guitar teacher, teaching up to 100 students a week. This song again is one of the old songs this one's from 1880. It's a minstrel song by James Adams, and it's another nostalgia song. It's a song about people gathering after work and singing about their day. Again, I'm mixing up styles of writing here for my own convenience, and because I'm able to describe what I'm doing, I don't have to write it in a consistent, systematized way. It's an andante song again, so that's relatively slow. It's a walking pace song, roughly 70 to 80 clicks per minute, although that can vary a lot depending on the performer, the composer, or a conductor, but that's basically the idea. We're looking at 75, 76, somewhere in that range. We're in the key of G now. Mel Bay is just now introducing the key of G. So far we've been playing in the key of C. We've got pickup notes, D and G, and then we hit the B note of a G chord, so we've arpeggiated that chord. In the evening, and these slashes are strums. I'm cheating here. I'm going to say we're strumming because I happen to know how much we're strumming. I'm not writing it. It's going to be these three strings, the same three we just played, the D, G, and B. This is a chord solo. The chords aren't accompaniment this time. They're actually carrying the melody. So this is in the evening. I'm not sure of the other words. In the evening as we gather, I believe. So we have D, G, B, strum, 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 strum. The G7, I've had to write real notes here because I want to show you that he's putting the F in the bass note here. So we have G, B, and this F on the fourth string. There you get your color of that dominant 7. Now we have C to C minor. We've seen this in other studies, not so far in one of these method books, but there's a C chord, the 4 chord. Going to a C minor, a minor 4, which usually leads you back to the G, back to the 1. In order to do this fingering, I'm going to play the C with my pointer finger on the second string. I'm going to use my ring finger on this E note. Usually you'd use your middle, because it's the middle finger, 2nd fret. If I want the ring finger there, so I can fade it down to the E flat. That's the flat 3 in a C chord, making it a minor chord. So we've got A, G on the pickups, the 4 and, C to C minor, G, A, B, another strum. This is actually a half note. I guess I should have written it with the characteristic box and just carry it over 2 beats. Rather, just to keep us from playing on beat 3, I put it rest, but I'm not really resting. I'm holding that chord for 2 beats. Beat 2 and 3. Then we're basically doing the beginning again. D, G, B, strum. Same thing, strum and hold. E minor, I had to show you the notes because we're playing the same 3 strings, but we have an E in here on the 4th string. To the sus4, that A note. That sounds very characteristic of the era, barbershop quartet type of music to me. Now we go to the A7, which leads us to a D. So that was a secondary dominant. That's the 5, the dominant of D. D is the 5 of G, it's the actual dominant chord. So here's the B note on it again. A and F sharp, G, D, G. I'm going to use a repeat sign. Again, you know the book doesn't do this when I do. I've written this as large as possible, so I'm using repeats where I can. Back up to the top. Chords. G7 for the tension. C, C minor. G. Ending 2. G, G again, I didn't label it, but it's the same G chord. Down under your third ledger line, this E note. Mel Bay's version only has the C note in here, but I want to hear the G sharp as well. So since we're having an E7 chord, I want to define it, so I'm going to throw that sharp in there. So here's the chord, the bass note, the G sharp and C. Again, to me, you're going to hear a barbershop quartet there. A7, D7, and G. Here I've reverted to Mel Bay's way of writing, because this melody note is going to be carried and I don't want it interfering with the bass. I'm showing you exactly how he would show you. The melody part, A and G, completes 4 beats. Stems up on the melody. So we've got A, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, strum. The bass part doesn't have notes on beats 1 and 2, so we've got rest, stems down, B, D, G. So that's a G chord being arpeggiated again. Here we had some descending fifths, a run of secondary dominants. G is our key, so D is the 5 leading to the G. A7 is a secondary dominant. It's borrowed from the key of D as the 5 chord to lead us to the Ds. Otherwise A would have been minor in the key of G, as is E, a minor 6 in the key of G, but here it's a 5 for the A, which is a 5 for the D, which is the 5 of the key, therefore descending fifths. E7, 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 G. So there you hear our Tin Pan Alley ragtime kind of motion. Here we go nice and slowly. 2, 3, 4, and B, strums. One more strum into the G7. C to C minor, G and then a strum, arpeggiate the G chord again, strums, 2, 3, E minor, A7, D7. I'm repeating. C to minor, ending 2, let's go again. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, C minor, G. D7. Back to the top. C. I don't know if there's any point in going much faster. I'll try a little bit. 1, 2, 3. So you can see we're getting close to what Mel Bay loves to do, which is start to add in a lot of color voicings and a lot of passing chords. He really felt students should work on duets and learn counterpoints because that's what he wants to put into the chord parts of his songs. And we're just now starting to hear that. Hopefully you'll like it when we get further and further in that idea. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.